Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to explore a powerful and life-changing truth that each of us has been given a unique and divine purpose, a vision from God that shapes our lives and gives us direction. Understand, this life is not some random sequence of events. God, in His wisdom, has intricately designed every moment, every opportunity, and every experience for you. You are not here by accident, and your life has meaning beyond what you can imagine. God has a vision for you, and it is a vision far greater than your own. God's vision for your life is a reflection of His divine purpose for you. It's not just about your success, your career, or your personal aspirations. It's about something much bigger. His vision is not just for your benefit, it is for the benefit of others. When you understand that God's plan goes beyond your own needs and desires, you begin to realize that your purpose is to impact those around you, to be a vessel for His love, His grace, and His wisdom in a world that desperately needs it. Your life is not just about what you can achieve, it's about what you can give. To truly understand God's vision for your life, you must walk by faith. There will be times when the road ahead seems unclear, when the challenges appear insurmountable, and when you cannot see the next step. But in those moments, faith is your foundation, faith in God's plan, faith that His vision will be made clear in His time, faith that He will equip you for everything He has called you to do. Faith is not the absence of doubt, it is the choice to trust in His greater purpose, even when you cannot see the full picture. Remember, God does not reveal the entire map at once. He leads us step by step, each step requiring faith and obedience. Aligning yourself with God's vision requires humility and submission. It's easy to get caught up in our own plans, our own dreams, and forget that our lives are not our own. We are here to fulfill a purpose that transcends our understanding. God's will is perfect, and when we align ourselves with His will, we unlock the full potential of our lives. Sometimes we have to lay down our own desires and surrender to His plan. We may not always understand His direction, but trusting Him and following His lead will always take us to the place we are meant to be. But knowing God's vision is only part of the equation. You have to walk in confidence and purpose. When you understand that God's plan for you is perfect and that He has equipped you with everything you need, you can walk confidently into the future He has prepared. You are not walking alone. You are not unprepared. You are walking in the purpose for which you were created, and that brings a strength and assurance that nothing in this world can shake. When you walk in the knowledge of God's vision, you walk with purpose, power, and a peace that surpasses all understanding. So today, I challenge you to seek God's vision for your life. Ask Him to reveal the plans He has for you. Align your desires with His will and trust Him in every step of your journey. When you do, you will experience the fulfillment and joy that come from walking in God's divine purpose, knowing that your life has eternal significance. The world is waiting for you to step into the vision God has designed for you. Don't let anything hold you back. You are called, you are chosen, and you are equipped to fulfill the greatest purpose imaginable, the purpose of God's vision for your life. Purpose is the foundation upon which every successful and meaningful life is built. Without it, you are adrift in the world, moving through each day without true direction or fulfillment. The power of purpose is not just in knowing what you're meant to do, but in understanding that your existence is not an accident. You were created for something significant, something beyond the ordinary. And once you tap into that purpose, everything changes. The world often tries to distract us with countless pursuits, wealth, status, comfort, but these are temporary, fleeting things. The world will tell you that if you have these things, you will be content. But ask yourself, how many people have it all, yet still feel empty? The truth is, success without purpose is hollow. It's not enough to chase after external goals without first understanding why you're here in the first place. When you connect to your purpose, you connect to something much larger than yourself. Your purpose is the reason you get up in the morning. It is the fuel that drives you through adversity and the guiding light when everything seems dark. When you know why you are here, no challenge seems too great. When you know the impact you are meant to have, you will stop at nothing to see that it comes to fruition. The power of purpose is a driving force. It shapes your decisions, your actions, and even your thoughts. It provides you with a sense of meaning that nothing else in this world can give. You see, when you understand your purpose, you tap into a deeper level of motivation. You no longer rely on external validation or fleeting rewards. Instead, you are driven by an inner force that compels you to act. This purpose transcends all obstacles, all doubts, and all fears. Purpose helps you make sense of the pain you experience, the struggles you face, and the challenges you overcome. It's not about avoiding hardship, but knowing that your purpose can carry you through it. But let me be clear, knowing your purpose isn't enough. You must actively pursue it. Purpose is not something you find and then sit on. It's something you must work for, nurture, and fight for. Purpose demands action. It demands commitment. It requires resilience. It calls you to a higher level of discipline, focus, and courage. And when you are connected to your purpose, you will find the strength to push through even the hardest of times. The power of purpose gives you the clarity to stay focused on your vision and the persistence to see it through no matter what. Every person on this earth has been designed with a specific purpose in mind. The key is to take the time to seek it out, understand it, and align your life with it. Your purpose is not something that can be found in a book or discovered by accident. It is an internal knowing, a calling that rises from within. And once you have found it, your life will never be the same. You will walk with a confidence and conviction that the world cannot shake. You will rise above the distractions and remain focused on what truly matters. The power of purpose will transform you. It will change the way you see yourself and the way you see the world around you. So ask yourself today, what is your purpose? What were you created to do? Do not settle for a life that is merely about surviving. You were made for greatness, and that greatness lies in the discovery and pursuit of your purpose. When you find it and when you dedicate yourself to it, you will experience a fulfillment that no material possession or external achievement could ever provide. Purpose will give you the strength to endure, the wisdom to navigate, and the drive to succeed in all things. The power of purpose is the power to transform your life, to leave a legacy, and to make a lasting impact. God's vision for your life is far greater than anything you could ever imagine for yourself. It's not just about your personal success or the fulfillment of your own desires. No, His vision is far bigger, more expansive, and more transformative than anything you could conceive on your own. It goes beyond the confines of your individual ambitions and taps into a higher purpose, a purpose that impacts not just you, but the world around you. When we talk about God's vision, we have to understand that it involves the greater good. It involves people you haven't even met yet, situations you can't foresee, and outcomes that will ripple through generations. God's vision for your life is not confined to a single chapter of your story. It's an ongoing narrative that transcends time, that shapes not only your life, but the lives of those who come after you. It is interwoven with the lives of your family, your community, and the people you encounter every single day. Your role in God's vision may seem small at times, but it is a pivotal part of a much larger plan. It's easy to get lost in our own dreams, to become fixated on our immediate goals and desires. But God's vision has a scope and depth that goes beyond what we can see. We might dream of becoming successful in our careers, achieving personal milestones, or making a name for ourselves. But God's vision challenges us to think beyond our own comfort. to see the bigger picture that is not limited to the here and now. He sees how your actions, your decisions, and your faithfulness will play a role in the lives of others, sometimes in ways you may never fully understand. When you embrace the idea that God's vision is bigger than you, you start to let go of the limited perspective that holds you back. You stop measuring your life by the immediate results or the applause you receive. Instead, you start seeing your life as a vessel for something much greater. God's vision for your life may ask you to step outside your comfort zone, to face challenges that seem insurmountable, but it's all part of the process of becoming who He's called you to be. Each trial, each victory, and each lesson is part of a greater tapestry that is far beyond your comprehension. But here's the key: even though God's vision is bigger than you, it's still personal. It's uniquely tailored to who you are, to your strengths, your struggles, and your potential. You have a role to play in His grand design. Your gifts, your talents, and your life's experiences are all intricately woven into this divine blueprint. And as you walk in alignment with God's vision, you become a part of something far greater than yourself, a movement of change, a beacon of hope, a force for good in the world. When you grasp the magnitude of God's vision, you begin to understand that the journey is not just about you. It's about the countless lives that will be touched by your obedience, your faith, and your actions. You are a piece in a much larger puzzle, and God is using your life to accomplish something eternal. His plan for you is not limited by your past, your failures, or your doubts. It transcends all of that and extends into eternity. As you step into this vision, you realize that you are part of a divine plan that cannot fail, a vision that will unfold in ways that go far beyond anything you can predict or control. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than anything you could imagine. And that's what makes it so incredibly powerful. Faith is the driving force that propels us forward into the future that God has already planned for us. It is the invisible force that connects us to His vision for our lives and enables us to see beyond the limitations of our circumstances. Faith isn't just a belief, it's an action, a choice, and a commitment to trust in the unseen. It is the lens through which we can begin to understand God's greater plan for us, even when the path ahead is unclear. When you have faith, you look at challenges not as obstacles, but as opportunities. Faith doesn't deny the reality of struggle or difficulty. Rather, it affirms that the struggle has purpose and that the vision God has for you will always transcend the obstacles that you face. Faith doesn't ask for certainty, it thrives in uncertainty. It knows that what lies ahead is part of a greater design, a plan that God has already set in motion. The journey might be long and the road may seem uncertain, but faith tells you that you are not alone. It assures you that even when you don't see the way forward, God is already working behind the scenes, aligning everything in your favor. Think about it. If we could see everything clearly, if the path was always laid out before us without any need for faith, we wouldn't need to trust God. But the beauty of faith is that it fills in the gaps where our vision falters. It gives us the strength to keep moving forward when we're tempted to quit. It enables us to persevere through the storms of life, knowing that on the other side, God's promise is waiting for us. Faith is what sustains us in moments of doubt and fear. It gives us the courage to step into the unknown and take risks for something greater than ourselves. When we trust in God's vision, we align ourselves with His divine purpose, and we understand that the results aren't always immediate. The process may take time, but faith tells us that in the end it will be worth it. God doesn't operate according to our timing, He operates according to His perfect plan. We may not understand the why behind every detour or setback, but faith assures us that every step is a necessary part of the process. Faith also empowers us to believe in the impossible. It tells us that no dream is too big, no vision is too grand, and no challenge is too great to overcome. When you align your vision with God's, you begin to see potential where others see limitations. Faith enables you to dream beyond the confines of your current situation, believing that the God who created the universe is capable of making the impossible possible. It teaches you that with God, all things are possible, and that the dreams He places in your heart are not just wishful thinking, they are divine whispers of what is to come. When you walk by faith, you allow God to stretch your capacity for growth. The more you trust Him, the more He reveals Himself to you. Faith is like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. Each step of obedience, each act of faith builds your confidence in God's plan. It is through faith that we see visions realized, dreams come to life, and the impossible become possible. Without it, we limit ourselves to what we can see. But with faith, we open ourselves to the infinite possibilities that God has in store for us. In the end, faith is not about having all the answers. It's about trusting the one who holds the answers. It's about believing that God's vision for your life is greater than anything you can imagine, and stepping forward into that vision with confidence. When you have faith, you can move mountains, overcome obstacles, and walk boldly into the future He has prepared for you. Don't let doubt cloud your vision. Embrace faith and watch as God unfolds His perfect plan for your life. When we speak about alignment with God's will, we are talking about something far greater than just following a set of rules or meeting certain expectations. It's about embracing the truth that your life has a specific purpose that is intricately designed by God Himself. It's recognizing that there is a divine plan far beyond what we can understand with our limited human perspective. When you align yourself with God's will, you are stepping into a flow that was designed specifically for you. Each step, each decision, each season of your life is part of the master plan He has written for you. Alignment is not just about making passive choices, it's about an active commitment to follow God's lead. Even when the road gets tough or unclear, there will be moments in your life when you don't know where the next step will take you. There will be times when you face challenges that seem insurmountable, or when the world tells you to go one way, but deep in your spirit, you know that God is calling you in another direction. This is where alignment begins. It's the ability to say, not my will, but yours be done. When you align yourself with God's will, you are choosing to trust that He knows what is best for you. Even when you don't understand the journey, it's easy to walk in the direction of our own desires, to follow the path that seems easiest or most appealing. But true alignment requires surrender. It means letting go of the illusion of control and placing your trust in God's infinite wisdom. And this surrender isn't about weakness, it's about strength. It's about knowing that the Creator of the universe has a better understanding of your future than you could ever have on your own. Aligning with God's will also requires a heart of obedience. It's not enough to just know what God desires for your life. You must actively choose to live in accordance with His plan. Obedience is not about blindly following, it's about understanding the deep truth that God's will is always for your highest good. It's about understanding that His ways, though sometimes mysterious, lead to peace, purpose, and fulfillment. When you choose to align yourself with His will, you are positioning yourself for the abundant life He has promised. And that abundance is not just in material wealth, it's in the richness of peace, joy, and fulfillment that come from living in harmony with the divine purpose for your life. This alignment also comes with the understanding that you are part of something much greater than yourself. God's will for your life is not just for your own benefit, it's for the benefit of others. You are not an isolated individual. You are a part of a larger divine plan that connects all of us. As you walk in alignment with God's will, you become a vessel for His love, His grace, and His wisdom to flow through you and impact those around you. Your actions, your words, and your decisions have the potential to change the lives of others when you align them with God's purpose. So how do we align ourselves with God's will? It starts with seeking His guidance daily through prayer, through His word, and through listening to the still small voice within. It requires tuning out the noise of the world and tuning into the whispers of the Holy Spirit. It means prioritizing His desires over your own and trusting that His plans are far greater than anything you could ever create on your own. It takes courage, it takes faith, and it takes a willingness to let go of your own plans in exchange for something far more magnificent, the unfolding of God's perfect vision for your life. When you align yourself with God's will, you are not walking through life on your own. You are walking with the Creator of the universe, and that is the most powerful alignment you could ever experience. It doesn't mean that life will be without difficulty, but it does mean that you will have the strength, wisdom, and peace to navigate every challenge. It means that your life will have eternal significance, and you will be part of something that is far bigger than yourself. The beauty of aligning with God's will is that it doesn't just lead you to personal fulfillment, it leads you to a life of purpose, service, and blessing for the world around you. This is the true power of alignment with God's will. It's not just about us, it's about the kingdom of God, the greater purpose for humanity, and the love and grace that flow through us when we choose to live in alignment with His divine plan. So I encourage you today, trust in His will, surrender to His guidance, and walk in alignment with the purpose He has for your life. When you do, you will see the fruits of His plan unfold in ways you never imagined. Your life will be a testimony to His greatness, His faithfulness, and His eternal love. Aligning yourself with God's will is not just a spiritual act, it is a transformative journey that shapes your life in ways beyond comprehension. It's about surrendering to a purpose greater than your own, trusting that God's wisdom will guide you, and having the courage to walk in obedience to His plan. This alignment brings peace, fulfillment, and the strength to face any challenge, knowing that you are walking with the Creator of the universe. It also connects you to a higher calling, one that impacts not only your life, but the lives of those around you. When you choose to align with God's will, you are positioning yourself to live a life of true purpose and eternal significance. Your steps, no matter how uncertain they may seem, are guided by a divine hand that has mapped out a destiny for you. So trust in His timing, embrace His direction, and allow Him to lead you toward the greatness He has prepared for you. Remember, your life is not an accident, it is part of a magnificent divine plan. Align yourself with God's will, and you will see the miraculous unfold. Keep walking in His purpose, for that is where true fulfillment and impact lie.